If you don't like the US, if you don't like the direction that it's headed in, pack your bag and leave.
I can't do this anymore. I'm moving out of America in the next 3 weeks by any, and I mean any, means necessary.
The new American dream is actually to leave America.
We are very, very seriously starting to consider leaving the United States, and I just want to hear from someone who's done it. Where did you go? How did you decide that's where you're going? How did you get a visa? Do all of that? I'm definitely researching on my own, but if there was someone I could connect with who's done this before, I just would love to utilize you as a resource. And yeah, if we can help one another, please.
Hey guys, welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So Americans are leaving America because of the recent happenings in the US. Currently the price of things are going up due to the tariff, okay, that is being enacted or implemented recently by TP. So they are deciding to migrate to America, to migrate out of America to other countries, right? They are looking for other countries they can migrate. Some people are asking questions, where is the best place for people who has already left America? Where is the best place for United States citizens to migrate to easily? While others are ready out of the US just because of what happened on the 5th of November after the whole voting thing happened and the winner was announced, okay, they decided that, you know what, because of the policies that this person is bringing in, it might not be able to accommodate them as a people. They have decided to migrate out of the country, okay? So let's go ahead, check out some videos I've gathered for you guys from these beautiful creators, then we come back and talk more about it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and credit to all creators on this video.
I just want to hear from someone who's done it. Where did you go? How did you decide that's where you're...
Hi, my name is Daniel. I live in a blended family of 5, and we moved out of the United States a little over a year ago. You can check out my page to see where we moved, why, things like that, but I'd like to give you just some general advice. I recommend looking at a number of countries that you can reasonably move to. So evaluating their immigration status, visa options, what safety is like, if you have kids, considering what their education system is, what their healthcare system, all of that. So we started with about 6 countries and narrowed it down to this one. I also recommend looking at a bunch of countries that start with a certain amount of time, like a visitor visa. So where I am, they allow a 90-day visitor visa, and that can kind of get you started in entering the country, finding a place to live, meeting or getting a lawyer, or finding a job, or doing those kinds of things as you're trying to figure things out. I also recommend to seriously consider what language the country speaks, because you will be functioning in it every single day. You're going to have to learn the language of where you move to. Well, I have a lot more thoughts and advice, and I'd like to share things with you if you have any questions. Feel free to follow me, DM me. I'd be happy to chat.
Leaving my home country was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I'm talking mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Putting yourselves in different cultures is just so eye-opening. Like when you see how people are living in other parts of the world, it forces you to realize what we take for granted back home and what we put too much value on back home. In the US, all we think about is money and other toxic things like status and clout. Making money is very important in today's world, but it's just a piece of the pie. Life is truly just a balance of health, relationships, finances, and enjoyment or entertainment. And I felt like in the US, I was forced to basically abandon my health, relationships, enjoyment, just to get in a good financial position. And living abroad truly helped me fix my life balancing issues, giving me more time for what truly matters. So if you can relate to how I felt back when I was living in the US, let this be a sign to get out and travel more. You can always make more money, but you can never get your time back.
I can't do this anymore. I'm moving out of America in the next 3 weeks by any, and I mean any, means necessary. I'm genuinely going crazy having to live in a toxic American capitalist society. But they say if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So although I have less than 2 months left on my lease and I'm trying to find a subleaser and the odds are stacked against me, I'm gonna pack up and get ready to go. So I went out and got a storage unit and started setting my stuff up because I'm not gonna sit around and wait for somebody else's confirmation. I also sold my car yesterday.
I'll never forget you, girl.
I'm convinced that by physically removing my stuff from this space, that it will no longer be mine. Like, I'm so close to being fucking free. I literally feel it. I see it on the other side. She's over there living her best life. Look at her. So although I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do it or where I'm going, I can guarantee you I will be out of this apartment in the next 10 days and in a new country by the first week of January 2024. I'm gonna continue to document my journey and experience because I don't think people really realize how accessible it is to change your entire reality.
Now, I know y'all love some good gossip and some tea. So I'm going to give y'all some. I hear the word on the street is that the new American dream is actually to leave America. Because why do I want to stay in a place where I'm not welcome? And so I posted something on Threads yesterday, and folks was all on my comment section talking about something. We need to fight. Fuck a fight. I don't want to fight anymore. I'm exhausted. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to live in peace. I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to just be surviving. I want to thrive. I don't want to have to go to the emergency room or go to the doctor and then be left with a $2,500 bill wondering how I'm going to pay it. I don't want to pay a $500 electric bill no more. I don't want to pay a $350 water bill no more. No, I want to live in peace. I don't want to eat food that's manufactured in a lab. I want to eat watermelons with seeds. I don't want to eat food that's from bioengineered ingredients filled with all these pesticides and antibiotics. I don't want that. I want to live in peace. I'm tired of fighting. Are you?
With all the DI thing that's been rolled back and all the, taking out affordable healthcare and everything, because a lot of people need healthcare to survive in any country, and when the healthcare it becomes so expensive that people can no longer afford it, they decide to move to somewhere they can afford their healthcare. Especially healthcare. When you can no longer afford your healthcare, then you have an issue, you have a problem already. So with all of these things, people have decided to move out of the US. Things are becoming so expensive for them, cost of living. Some people are homeless. There was a video I saw sometime, I think I did a video on that, where people were migrating, where people were living in a hotel because it became kind of affordable for them. So they decided to live in a hotel instead of renting houses. Houses became so expensive for them to live in. So people have decided to migrate to other parts of the world instead of living in the US. So the US used to be that place that a lot of people want to move to, right? It's so easy for you to find a job those days. In fact, US was everything that everybody was looking for. The American dream was to move. Everybody has an American dream then, There was so much to do when you come to the US. There was so much, job available. Cost of living was kind of minimal. It has always been expensive for people who are coming from where I'm coming from, but right now they are complaining that the next American dream or the current American dream is to leave America. And I think I've also talked something in line with this in one of my videos, and a lot of people came under the comment section saying that they're actually planning to leave the US. If you guys can remember, when Orange Man came into office, right, a lot of people decided to also move out of the US and migrate to other countries. In fact, people did videos online. I was saying that if he wins, they were going to leave the US, and that's exactly what happened. A lot of persons decided to migrate out of the US and move to other countries, nearby or country. In fact, people move to South America, a lot of them. I think I've seen videos of people saying they moved to Mexico, they moved to Brazil, they moved to any other like South American countries. Some persons moved to Thailand. Okay, I have an American friend who was telling me that she wants to move to Thailand. Okay, I think Thailand, yeah. She was like, she had heard so many Americans move to Thailand and tell her that the cost of living was so affordable. They were able to find a one bedroom for $300. And she was like, Princess, you know what? I am moving to Thailand. So a lot of persons have decided to move to different parts of the world just because of what is currently happening, especially the healthcare situation right now, which people have to pay a whole lot of money. Okay, you guys heard about the whole CEO of a healthcare company who was PPU'd just because of people's healthcare, people healthcare was being denied. They were not able to cover up their healthcare charges and all of that. So all of these things have made a lot of persons say, you know what, we can no longer stay back here. It is time for us to leave. Okay, and that's why that lady is saying they are considering, okay, leaving the US as a family. They are considering to move to somewhere else. And really, if you cannot find exactly what you're looking for where you are, it's better for you to leave. And this is what I have to say. One of the reasons for migrations, okay, why people are migrating from their country to other countries is because of standard of living. Okay, they are looking for where it is always better for them, right? So what you want might not be what somebody in Africa or in Asia wants. Right, you coming from the US, you might decide to move to Africa because you have money. When you take your dollar from the US and you move to Africa, you kind of enjoy, a lot of benefit that money can cover. All right, unlike people coming from Africa and moving to the US, they have to work and work and work for them to live well, okay, to have a good standard of living. And the reason why they're moving is for them to get that dollar and be able to fund their family lifestyle back home, right? At least provide food on their table and all of that. And most people do not understand that this is one of the reasons why people are migrating. But each time you hear about an immigrant, you just explode. Okay, you try to report them to ICE. A lot of you were out there, always saying that you're going to report an immigrant to ICE and all of that. But it is always very important for you to know that someday you might decide to leave your country and move to somewhere else. Okay, it is nothing bad to move to somewhere else. The earth is of the Lord and his fullness thereof. So God has given us the earth for us to enjoy. So why stay in a particular place all your life? Do you get? So it's okay for you to migrate to somewhere else, but always make researches before you decide to move to anywhere. Okay, decide where you want to move to. Do not rush whenever you're moving to somewhere. Take your time, plan, ask questions from people who has migrated to that place, especially your countryman who is living in that place. Find out how they are being treated, find out their way of life or their culture, to know what works for you and what cannot work for you. Also find out their method of dressing to see if it's something that suits you, because there are some countries that will not permit you to wear some kind of dresses just because they have their cultural behaviors or cultural values which they are trying to protect. And every other visitor who comes into that country has to, in quotes, do the same thing that they're doing to keep or preserve their culture, right? So all of these things are something you need to really sit down and ask enough questions before you pack your load to any country at all. Don't just pack your things and say, I'm moving to Asia today, I'm moving to Africa. And I see a lot of you complain about, oh, moving to Africa is expensive and all of that. While that it might be true, it is also very important for you to sit down and plan yourself. Trust me, when you have the dollar, you will live better in Africa, right? So ask the right question. Whether you decide to move to West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, move to East Africa, Rwanda, Kenya, Uganda, like any place, or Tanzania, wherever you decide to move to tomorrow, make sure that you ask the right questions before you pack your load and move to that country. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Are you part of those people who have decided to move out of the US because of the current situation in the country? Okay, everything that has been happening. Okay, do you think you want to leave the US? Okay, have you saved up enough to leave the US, or you are part of those people who want to remain in the country. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys, in the comments. Let's have that conversation. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do want to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. See you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.